The Steelers have been hit with the injury bug through the first 2 weeks of the regular season, with no less than 5 starters on defense missing time, or even the entire game, against the Seahawks in Week 2. But Pittsburgh is far from the only NFL team dealing with health questions entering Week 3 and beyond. Per a report from ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Steelers' AFC North rival Cincinnati Bengals will be without star quarterback Joe Burrow for a minimum of 3 months following a toe injury he suffered against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati in Weeks 7 and 11, meaning the Bengals are all but guaranteed to be without Burrow for both matchups. In his stead, Cincinnati will be starting backup Jake Browning, who has a 4-3 record across 7 career starts. Also dealing with quarterback injury issues are the Minnesota Vikings. Starter J.J. McCarthy suffered an ankle injury against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football and is expected to miss the team's Week 3 game against the Bengals per head coach Kevin O'Connell. And according to another Schefter report, McCarthy's injury is expected to keep him out 2 to 4 weeks. The Vikings play the Steelers in Week 4, meaning Pittsburgh could very well be facing Carson Wentz in Ireland. Also worth noting, Packers wide receiver Jayden Reed suffered a fractured collarbone in Week 2 and is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. The Steelers play Green Bay in Week 8. Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson, coming off back-to-back Pro Bowl seasons, is expected to miss the entire regular season with a groin injury per Bleacher Report's Jordan Schultz. The Bears play the Steelers in Week 12. Vikings running back Aaron Jones is also expected to be out Week 3 with a hamstring injury, per O'Connell. It remains to be seen if it will be a multi-week absence or not. The Pittsburgh Steelers could have someone new enter the defensive fray amid struggles. Safety Jabril Peppers, who was signed a week ago, only played on special teams in his first game with the team, but head coach Mike Tomlin said that Peppers could see his role expand defensively this week. Safety Chuck Clark played in lieu of Peppers, while starting strong safety Deshaun Elliott has an MCL sprain that he continues to battle. "I haven't delved into his specific familiarity with New England," Tomlin said. "But certainly, being his second week here, I'm open to expanding the utilization of him, not only as a special teamer, but as a defender." Peppers chose the Steelers over multiple other teams, and now will have a chance to push for a starting role over the next few weeks. Between the team's tradition and Tomlin, Peppers says there was no way he could say no to the Steelers. "It's certainly a great place. It's always been a great defense here. Always been great continuity at the head coaching position. Great tradition. So, it was a no-brainer for me," Peppers said. Peppers was the first-round pick for the Cleveland Browns in the 2017 NFL Draft, but only spent 2 seasons with the team being before moved to the New York Giants. After 3 seasons with the Giants, he spent the last 3 years with the Patriots. Peppers, 29, will turn 30 in October but is coming off a shortened 2024 season. He played in just 6 games for the Patriots, nothing 40 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. He has 7 career picks. 2023 was Peppers' career best season, playing in 15 games and having 2 interceptions and 78 tackles. He has dealt with some injuries over his career. When the Pittsburgh Steelers traded George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys in May, it had already felt like the writing was on the wall for Pickens' time in Pittsburgh to be coming to a close. Pickens was never afraid to display his emotions on the field, often causing distractions that led to a decline in his play. A fresh start felt best for everyone, but Pickens clearly still has some hard feelings about his time in Pittsburgh. Pickens sat down with NFL reporter Josna Anderson after the Cowboys' overtime victory this past Sunday, in which Pickens was on the receiving end of a crucial touchdown late in the 4th quarter. He wasted no time mentioning his former team. The full interview with Anderson can be found on her YouTube page. "The last place I was at, just coming in with a group of guys who was good guys but were all rookies. Pickens said, got a rookie QB, so I couldn't really thrive and show the world the potential I have. I had to wait a few years, and then it eventually showed. I get to the Cowboys, and then today I get to show it again, and we win." For Pickens to throw his former teammates, as well as the entire Steelers organization, under the bus shows how he really felt about the Steelers. Pickens was undoubtedly an exciting player for the Steelers, but it is clear that the relationship deteriorated over the years. The Steelers did not do the best job supporting Pickens, however, as fellow rookie from the 2022 class Kenny Pickett was less than competent in Pittsburgh. The Steelers never found any type of consistency at quarterback while Pickens was on the roster. The Cowboys receiver was asked about getting more touches this past week by reporters after being held to 30 yards on 3 catches in his Cowboys debut. The first time Pickens got touches and was productive, he made it very clear that Dallas is a place that he feels won't hold him back anymore, like he believes Pittsburgh did. The Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers are eyeing a trade for Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill, according to Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio. Florio said Thursday on The Rich Eisen Show that any serious interest in Hill is largely on hold, though, after Keita Vaccaro, Hill's estranged wife, made allegations of domestic violence against him, per TMZ Sports. In a divorce filing, Vaccaro cited 8 instances of domestic violence, according to TMZ Sports. She said in one example from 2024 that Hill violently attacked her, throwing her to the floor, twisting her intimate body parts, ripping her hair out, and grabbing anything on her person he could get a hold of. Hill's lawyer, Julius B. Collins, denied the allegations on his client's behalf and said they're an attempt to shake Mr. Hill down. A league spokesman confirmed to CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones that the NFL is looking into the matter. That's going to put any potential trade on the back burner, and there may not have been much movement anyway. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported Thursday on Get Up that the Dolphins haven't gotten any calls about Tyreek Hill, and they are not looking to deal Tyreek Hill. Miami opened the 2025 season with a dispiriting 33-8 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. The defense was bad as Colts quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 272 yards and a touchdown, while Tua Tagovailoa finished with just 114 passing yards and had 2 picks for the Dolphins. Hill managed 4 receptions for 40 yards on 6 targets. Florio compared the chatter around the 5-time All-Pro to how the Las Vegas Raiders traded away Davante Adams last year after getting out to a 2-4 start. The Chiefs and Steelers would make sense as landing spots for Hill if the Dolphins eventually decide to cut bait. Kansas City has never fully replaced the 5 feet 10 inches speedster after trading him to Miami, while Pittsburgh is firmly in win-now mode with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Until the NFL's investigation concludes, though, this all might be a moot point.